Chapter 03. As I kept going through the cycle absorb, break down, store up, I wondered what kind of grass is this? Raphael, is your time to shine. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot dot dot. Less than analysis complete. Hippocute herbs, a type of ingredient used in healing medication, only thrives in areas blessed with high local magic densities. Fusing its juice with magicules produces recovery medicine. Grinding the blades and fusing them with magicules produces a salve that closes wounds. Greater than Raphael. Oh, so thing I thought it to be normal grass turns out to be some really rare herbs. I immediately set out to create some medicine of my very own. The process took place inside my body, so it didn't really feel much like crafting, but the analysis took less than a second, and within another 3-ish, I had my very first potion. 5 minutes, and I could have had 100. And while I didn't have anything else to compare it to, it got high quality rating by Raphael, so I wasn't worried about its performance. I continued to predate all the herbs I can find. For an instant, I was like, huh. I felt a sudden sensation that I had grown lighter or heavier or, like, unstable. Did I fall in some water? I had probably slipped into a river or something. Rivers don't exist indoors, so maybe it was some kind of underground creek in this cave I was in. Up to now, I had been careful with every step I took, making sure everything remained steady in the darkness. But after learning about my skills, getting full of myself, and using predation to eat a pasture's worth of grass, I had stopped paying attention to what was under me. Guess it's over, then. Pretty short lifetime even by slime standards, maybe. I said my final prayers, awaiting my inevitable suffocation. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot dot dot. What? Suffocation never came. Why? Less than a slime's body operates exclusively on magicules. Oxygen is unnecessary, and therefore, so is breathing. That is why you have not been engaging in that behavior. Greater than Raphael. Yeah, I definitely knew that. You don't have to treat me like an idiot, Raphael. Less than greater than Raphael. What was that? You got something to say to me, Raphael? Less than number. It is your imagination. Greater than Raphael. Oh, all right. At the beginning Raphael was a lot quieter, but as the day passed by it got a lot more talkative. Every now and then when I do something stupid, creative, I get feeling like Raphael is exasperated with it. Odd, Raphael did same thing when I tried to cast some magic while doing some cool poses. It didn't make any comments, but somehow I can feel how Raphael is feeling, maybe because it fused itself with my soul. Well, I can think about it later. For now I have to find a way to get out of this. I thought slimes could float on water, but I was wrong. It seems like I didn't completely sink either. I am kinda stuck in between. I can't move either. Raphael, do you have any ideas? Less than received. It is possible to use predator on this water, and then by spitting it out it can work like water jet propulsion. Greater than Raphael. Oh, great idea. I started drinking, filling my predator's stomach up to approximately 10% of its capacity. Then, I expelled it like I was wringing out my stomach. The sense of release was exhilarating. Suddenly, I heard a voice in my mind. Less than water pressure propulsion skill acquired. Greater than. I recognized it. This had to be the so-called world language, the one I am calling divine voice. There was no mistaking it. It sounds exactly like Raphael, but it sounds a lot more emotionless, computer-like voice. Raphael also sounds like a computer, but I can feel its emotions to a certain degree. Raphael feels a lot more human-like. Are all ultimate skills this human-like, or Raphael is special? It's probably the later. It feels like somehow it got. As that thought occurred to me, I felt my body crash headlong into something and bounce off it. I braced myself for a wave of paralyzing pain, which never came. Shouldn't that have, damaged me? Or did it damage me, and I just didn't feel it, or whatever? Less than notice. My master possesses cancel pain, which interrupts the creation of pain. Your resist melee attack has reduced the amount of damage taken. The amount of damage your body has incurred is 10%. The intrinsic slime skill self-regeneration has taken effect. Greater than Raphael. Would you like to support it with your predator unique skill? Yes. No. It feels like Raphael wanted to say, you seriously forgot you have cancel pain. Less than no such fact can be confirmed. Greater than Raphael. You are not denying it. And it's a fact. Well, it's kinda my fault. Raphael did give me summary of all my skill and resistance. Putting that to the side, predator support, though, huh. I don't really get it, but sure. At that moment, I was greeted with the feeling that I had suddenly lost some of my body mass. After a while, I felt it return. My damaged parts had been predated, analyzed, and repaired. Talk about a useful body to have. I should try testing later to see how much of it I can afford to lose before I'm KO'd. It was way too dangerous to mess with in detail, but I guess I could afford to go without at least a bit of it at a time, so I checked out my surroundings. No telling what kind of dangerous monsters might be nearby. I was out of the water, but maybe there were scary, scaly things waiting for me on the other side. Slowly, carefully, I started taking action. It kind of seemed as if whenever I did something carefully, it meant I was about to be exposed to a heap of danger. I was sure it was just my mind playing tricks on me, though. And that thought probably did me no favors, because, can you hear me, little one? I heard something. Little one, it's probably not anyone besides me, is it? It wasn't a voice, exactly, but something I could recognize more directly and instinctually in my mind. I didn't have any ears to listen with anyway. Hello, you can hear me, can you not? Respond to me. Well, no shit, but how was I supposed to reply without any mouth? As an experiment, I tried thinking, shut up, moron. In my mind, not like this guy could hear it or anything. But how was I gonna get anywhere here if I couldn't even give a quote. Oh ho, you dare to call me moron, do you? Rather a lot of nerve packed into such a little body, no. I had hoped to give my first guest in quite a while a little kindness, but it would seem you were in rather hurry to die. Quote opening parenthesis question mark closing parenthesis. Uh-oh, geez, could have warned me that would work first. And I had no idea who I was dealing with, either. Well, that was it. My loss. As always, if you make someone angry unintentionally, apologize. Time for an apology. I'm sorry, I didn't know how to reply to you, so I just tried saying the first thing that came to mind. I'm really sorry about that. I can't see anything right now, so I have no idea what you even look like. I apologized sincerely and lowered my non-existing head. Ha ha ha, ha ha. Ah ha 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 ha. The resulting laugh came in 3 distinct levels. A masterpiece. Only an overconfident villain who is about to be beaten by the main character have laughter like that. I better be cautious, it sounds like trouble. How fascinating. I had assumed you reacted as such upon seeing me, but you cannot, Most slimes are low-level monsters, incapable of conscious thought as they run through the cycle of absorption, division, and regeneration. It is the rare one, indeed, that ever leaves its habitat. Perhaps you were born from the mass of magicules that leaked out from me, then. Let's try, using my previous world otaku knowledge to suss this out. This guy, I'll call him a guy for convenience's sake, had been leaking magic all over the local area. It was so thick, in fact, that it gave birth to a monster. A slime. Me. Was that it? I didn't hear any normal human can do something like this. Then again, it's not some anime or manga, it's reality, so it might be possible. Maybe this guy is some kind of super strong mage. Or he might be a hero or demon lord. Well, I don't think any human will talk to a slime, instead they just kill it, so the possibility is slim. And as for the demon lord. Demon lords do have a monster army, but why does a demon lord bother to talk to a slime? I don't know. Weirdos do exist in every world. Well, there is another possibility that this guy is none of the above but something completely different, maybe some kind of monster like me. Either way, he is definitely the kind of person with whom I should get along with. Oh, so you're kind of, like, my dad, then? No, not your parent by blood. I have no reproductive ability to speak of. Some monsters do, and some do not, you see. So it's confirmed that this guy is monster then. As I told you, then, I lack the ability to produce offspring. The reason is simple, because I do not need to. I am of the dragon race, one of only 4 in the world, both unique and the most perfect of my kind. You will hereby know me as Veldora, the storm dragon. My lifespan is infinite, my flesh unfathomable. As long as my will remains intact, I shall be ever alive. Ah ha 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 ha. He could have skipped the laughter. And while this guy took a while to get to the point, he did mention something I didn't want to overlook. Veldora was the storm dragon. Amazing. This is definitely kind of guy I should get along with. Maybe I can learn something like dragon fist technique. Well, I don't have fists, so I can't learn it. I should definitely need to learn some kind of technique, maybe jellyfist technique, since I am like a jellyfish. I have told you all about myself. It is your turn now, would you not agree? Veldora asked with a curious tone. He wanted to know about me. If I told him about my miraculous journey from an alien planet, would he believe me? He is a dragon and one of 4 true dragons. If I tried to make something up, I doubted he'd fall for it. Such an attempt seemed like a good way to dig my own grave. Well, whatever. If he didn't believe me, I'd deal with it then. Summoning my resolve, I told Veldora everything that had happened to me so far. Well, I didn't tell him about my ultimate skill. I didn't lie, I just didn't tell him the whole truth, so it's fine. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot dot dot. While prudently keeping the topic of my skills unexplored, I regaled the dragon with my tale of being stabbed, waking up as a slime, and everything else that happened on the way to his domain. It was a bit weird how, well, non-rough it all sounded when I put it into words. But it was rough for me all the same. And the worst part was how I was literally operating blind the entire way. If some cute lady passed me on the road later on, would I ever get to see her? The thought saddened me a little. Less than, greater than Raphael. Do you want to say something, Raphael? I thought to myself. Less than no, greater than Raphael. It definitely sounds colder than usual. As I was wondering what happened to Raphael, Veldora spoke to me. So a transmigrant, then? Your origins are quite rare, indeed. Veldora, transmigrant, what's that? I asked Veldora. You do see transmigrants, on occasion. Their memories from the past are burned into their souls, due to a powerful will. There are some, indeed, who retain every memory of their past lives. But a transmigrant from another world, that is quite uncommon. A regular soul, by itself, would have no hope of surviving a journey across realms. It would dissolve midway, taking its memories with it. Someone retaining their full mind and becoming reborn as a monster out of pure magic. I cannot recall any past example of that. Quite peculiar, indeed. Veldora explained. He had just told me something I couldn't afford to ignore. A soul, by itself. So you could travel to this world without getting reincarnated or anything. Am I that unusual? Then am I chosen one? At that time I didn't know true meaning of the chosen one. In future when I found out the true meaning of it from a certain blonde hair I will cry tears of envy, but that future has to come after a long time. Are there people, then, who come here from other worlds without being whatever? I asked Veldora. There are. None have succeeded in traveling to another world from here, but there are more than a few that have completed their travels here from elsewhere. They are known as visitors, or otherworlders, and they bear knowledge of things that do not exist in this world. They acquire, as I hear it, some manner of special power when they make the journey here. Beyond that, there are records of transmigrants, who as I said bear knowledge of other worlds. Not all of them choose to openly identify themselves as such, though, I imagine. Veldora explained to me like a teacher lecturing to a particularly weak student. He kinda talks a lot. I see. In that case, I think I'll try and track down some of these, otherworlders, as you called them. Maybe I'll find someone from my own land. I told Veldora. Well, one moment, you said you cannot see, yes? Veldora asked. Oh, yeah. And, let me help you see, then. Veldora. Really? Indeed. On one condition, however. What do you say? Veldora. I knew it. Nothing comes free. What kind of condition? A simple one. When I grant you the ability of sight, I beg of you not to fear me. That, and I bid you come visit and speak to me again. That is all. I trust my terms are agreeable to you. Veldora said a little hesitantly. That's all. Was he sure? What a lonely dragon. Guess there was no one else around at the top. No wonder he couldn't stop talking to me. I must have been his first conversational partner in ages. If I'd had my druthers, I would have said this dragon was a total pushover. He might have been feeding me a line this whole time, even saying he was a dragon. Maybe the dragons in this world weren't even all that powerful in the first place. At that time my admiration for dragon lost significantly. Is that really all you need? I asked. Yes. To be honest with you, I was sealed away in here 300 years ago. Ever since then, I have had so much free time on my hands, I was practically out of my mind with boredom. What do you think? Veldora told me with slightly Depressed tone. I felt bad for him. It must have been lonely. I was lonely in here until Raphael started talking to me. I know how it feels. So I accepted his request immediately. Well, if that's all you need, you got yourself a deal. Very well. There is a skill known as magic sense. Can you use it, Veldora? No, I can't. What kind of skill is that? It allows you to perceive the particles of magic floating around you. It is not a very powerful skill, and all it offers is a visual reference, so it is not difficult to acquire. Veldora, really? So once I learn that, I'll be able to see again? Yes, allow me to help you acquire this skill, then. This is the only method I am aware of. Veldora, I'm ready to learn, sir. Now, no need for such ardor. It is quite simple. First, try moving the magic around you with the force in your body. Veldora, tensed up, trying to imagine the strength circulating through my body. I could feel something moving within the magicules my companion was talking about. I hadn't been conscious of it in the water, but it looked as though I could adjust the force by how much I tensed up. Before, I hadn't been controlling the water so much as I was controlling the magic dancing around in it. I was exercising my magical muscles, and the particles around me were reacting. It came to me surprisingly quickly. You are more gifted in this than I thought. Now, do you see the difference between the magic moving within you and that outside of your body? All it takes is feeling the movements of the particles outside of you. Veldora, I could sense them hanging in the air, riding air currents, moving around all sorts of sensations. Let's ask Raphael about this. Less than confirmed. Extra skill, magic sense, successfully acquired. Greater than, less than use the extra skill magic sense. Yes, no greater than. It was that easy. I wish Raphael had told me about this before. It was Raphael's fault that I couldn't see. I definitely didn't think that it would be cool to act like some kind of super skilled blind swordsman. Yup, it was all Raphael. Less than, greater than Raphael. Now it's time to invoke the magic sense. The moment I invoked magic sense, my brain was filled with new information. A massive amount, something my human brain never could have processed. The waves of light and sound pushing every single tiny particle around, and I processed it all, converting it into perceptible data. Less than synchronizing extra skill magic sense with the ultimate skill Raphael. Successful. All information will now be managed by Raphael. Greater than Raphael. Suddenly, my vision opened up. The brain-searing sensation from before was gone, and then I could see so clearly that it was a wonder I wasn't able to do it before. Something told me that having the sage at my side was almost cheating. It wouldn't be going too far to put it that way. If someone else had it, I'd probably bitch that it was against the rules. Since I had it, though, no problem. Thank you very much for helping Raphael. You are great. While I am at it, I think I've got it. Thank you very much, I said, turning my attention to the dragon in front of me. He really was a dragon. He was covered in scales that shone a dark shade of black, tougher looking than steel itself but supple and flexible. A big, evil looking. Wow, you look really cool, I said, nearly shouting. He looks exactly like a dragon I liked. My admiration for the dragon increased significantly. He looked positively demonic, towering far higher than I anticipated. My internal thoughts welled up, pouring out of me, and I don't think I could really be blamed for it. Ah ha 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 ha. That's your reaction after seeing me? Not that I blame you. Anyone's reaction will be same after seeing my majestic form. Ah ha 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 ha. Veldora said with a pride. Well, I couldn't blame him for being prideful. The body, startlingly similar to a Western-style dragon's, shone like obsidian. His golden eyes shining like diamond. There were 6 fingers on each hand, equipped with claws that looked ready to tear through whatever they found. The 2 pairs of wings on his back, one larger than the other, came to a point at their respective ends, like swords honed to perfection and ready to dice. Turned out, by the way, that I was indeed oval-shaped. Like a little bun, kind of a light turquoise, maybe. Lighter than the daylight sky, but not by a lot. A rather elegant color, I thought. Shame about the whole being a slime thing. You do remember your promise, yes. And considering your previous complaints, you learned rather quickly, no? Veldora. The more I stared at him, the more sinister and terrifying he seemed, and yet he didn't move a single inch. He mentioned a 300-year-old seal, right? By the way, Veldora, you said something about being sealed away. Was your opponent that tough? She was quite strong. She was what the humans call a hero, one blessed with so-called divine protection. Veldora. Now that I recall, Veldora continued, the hero also said she was summoned. Perhaps she hails from the same area as you. Summoned is that different transmigrant? As I asked, Veldora started to give me an explanation about different between summoned and transmigrant. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. In a way, he knew almost too much as a dragon. At least conversing together put me on his good side enough that he answered all my questions. So we kept talking, Veldora and I, dragon and slime, about all sorts of things. How had the fight gone with this hero? How strong was she? I asked, which started another trail of explanation from Veldora. Her skin was pale in color, the dragon told me, her lips were bright red and small. Her long hair was a dark shade of silver, kept back in a single ponytail. She was slim, not that tall, rather small for a human. Her face was apparently covered by a mask, but there was no doubting her beauty. I asked him whether this beauty was enough to distract him, whether he was too enwrapped to defend himself properly. Enough of your nonsense, he bellowed back at me. Apparently she carried a long, curved sword. A katana, it was called. She didn't bother with a shield. Taking advantage of two unique skills, absolute severance and unlimited imprisonment, and a wealth of other magic, she, as Veldora put it, overwhelmed him. There was more than a trace of nostalgic contentment in his voice, or so it seemed to me. Something I picked up on as we spoke was that this dragon, I think he really liked humans. He kept calling them wimps, and garbage, and such, but from the way he put it, he never deliberately killed anyone who attacked him. Not unless they went out of their way to rile him. One time, 3 centuries ago, just one time, he emphasized a certain chain of events made him reduce an entire city to embers. That was what made the people send a hero his way, and now thanks to that hero's unlimited imprisonment he was in his current predicament. I thought the dragon was supposed to be scary, but Veldora was really nice to me. I am now certain Veldora is a good dragon. Well, he is a little immature though. Who in their right mind burns down the whole city to embers? All right, well, what do you think? Friends, then, I asked Veldora. What? A mere slime, daring to seek the friendship of the mighty beast feared worldwide as Veldora the Storm Dragon. Veldora, oh, you don't have to if you don't want, but… You fool, you foolish fool, who said anything about not wishing it? Veldora said while panicking. Oh, no, okay, so, now what? Indeed, if you insist, I suppose I could consider it, Veldora while having slight blush on his face. What? I could feel him sneaking furtive glances at me. It would have been one thing if it had been a cute girl sitting next to me at the movie theater, but it was quite another when it was a death-dealing mythical beast. Not fun. Pretty funny, though. Let's calm down first. I took deep breath and started to think. Let's see, by the looks of it confirmed that Veldora is Tsunere. It's the first time I've heard a dragon can be like this, but I did read about some particularly perverted dragons that exist, so why not Tsunere? Since Veldora is Tsunere, so best way to deal with him is just brute force. Yep, I insist. It's settled. And if you don't like it, then watch out, 'cause I'll never come back. No, so be it. I will become your friend. I do hope you appreciate the gesture, Veldora said while blushing. Seriously, why is this guy blushing like that? I am not into BL. This better not be a BL, as I complained to an author or god, whoever exists, praying it doesn't come true, I told Veldora. Well, to future times, then. Indeed, to future times. Ah, yes, allow me to give you a name. In exchange, you will give one to us both. Veldora, why, where'd that come from? It shall chisel into our souls the fact that we are of the same rank. Something similar to the family names the humans use, except my name, for you, will also provide a kind of divine blessing. You are still nameless now, but through this, you will become a full-fledged named monster. Veldora, I decided to come up with something cool which complements Veldora's name and type. Well, you said you were a storm dragon, so, how about Tempest, the storm dragon? Veldora, Tempest, doesn't it sound super cool? Perfect, so be it. A wonderful timbre to that title, yes. From this day forward, they will call me Veldora Tempest. And you will be called Rimuru. Proclaim to the world that your name is Rimuru Tempest. Veldora said happily. Thus the name was carved into my soul. Not that it did too much to me, or my abilities, but somewhere, deep inside my soul, something did change a bit. I suppose the same could be said of Veldora. And that's how we became friends. After becoming friends and spending that much time with Veldora, I came to like him as a friend. And don't want my friend to be stuck here forever. Well, here, let me try something. I rolled over to Veldora and tapped my body against him. Less than invoking unique skill predator to consume unique skill unlimited imprisonment. Failed. Greater than Raphael. Was there anything I could do, though? Something. Less than partial analysis of unique skill unlimited imprisonment complete. Potential escape routes are. Any escape involving a physical body is not possible. The chance of destroying the prison by physically damaging it is 0. Cannot analyze an escape route involving the annulment of imaginary space. One would need to be caught within the same unlimited imprisonment situation in order to analyze it from the inside. This is currently impossible. The chance of escaping in spiritual form is 1%. If a spiritual receptacle is prepared for the target on the outside to aid in the transition, the success rate is 3%. This process is equivalent to transmigration. If the target is poorly compatible with the receptacle, he will lose all memories and abilities. Greater than Raphael. Yeah, so, you wanna try escaping, maybe? If I had the right receptacle, I think that'd help our chances a fair amount. Do you know what I'd need, though? I asked Veldora while I explained what we can do. Quote. Indeed, even if I escaped in spiritual form only, it would be quite difficult to regather magic and form my core once more. Your creating a small tear in the prison helped my chances immensely, no doubt. As for that receptacle, the new core, if you can bring one to me, all I'd have to do is traverse myself over to it. Transmigration, I suppose, Veldora said thoughtfully. Pretty much, yeah, if it's something I can get on this side, I could look for it for you. As I was wondering what to do, I came up with a great plan. What if I used Predator to consume Veldora himself? I could either analyze him inside my stomach, or isolate him and annul the effect of unlimited imprisonment, and he'd be out. Would that work? Less than it is possible to store the target Veldora in your stomach via the unique skill Predator. Greater than Raphael. Mwahahaha. Fascinating. Please, go ahead. I leave myself at your mercy. Veldora replied after I explained how my unique skill Predator works and what I am intending to do. So the plan was I'd use Raphael and Predator to analyze this barrier, and Veldora would try to destroy it from the inside. No worries about Veldora dissipating away in my stomach. I was starting to think this could actually work. Right, I summoned up my stores of resolve, touching him for a moment, then activated my predation skill. In a moment, Veldora's massive form disappeared from sight. Less than conduct analysis of unique skill unlimited imprisonment. Yes, no greater than. This better work, I prayed as I thought yes to myself. To be continued.